So, Jace, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I've just spoke to the players then and said that, obviously we're always looking for areas to improve and things that we can do better. And whilst there are, I think sometimes, you can be overcritical as well. And I think sometimes we've got to sit back and say, we're doing some pretty good stuff. And at the moment we are. We're 3 from 3 and we're scoring at home. We're scoring a lot of points, which is pleasing. But like I said, I do think there's areas we can improve and get even better. But I've got to give the boys a lot of credit because they're doing some good stuff out there.
And tonight, what was the area that impressed you the most?
I think in our attack we're pretty clinical. We took most of the chances that we had, and when we got inside their 20, we looked like we'd score every time we got down there. So that was pleasing. One thing we spoke about last week was having more options off the ball and more genuine push, and felt throughout the game we had that. Defensively as well, I spoke to the boys at half time about tightening up defensively. I felt we were getting marched up the field too easy, and the systems that we used, we weren't probably doing as good a job as we could have. But I felt as the game went on, the second half, we got stronger and stronger defensively, and we looked really good at the back end. We defended our line. I asked them to keep them to 18 points or less, and they done that even when the score blew away, so that was pleasing.
And do you think you're getting better and better each week?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Definitely we're getting better. The scary thing is, I just said to Ty, I think we can still get better again. There's just little areas that we need to get better at. But, I was just speaking with Jolie Reithmuller, who's come back, and, he missed last week, so he had a game 2 weeks ago, and before that had another game for 3 weeks. So he's still a little bit away in terms of match fitness, but still showed his class tonight. So when him and blokes like Afusi get a bit more match fitness under their belt, that's going to make us even stronger.
And Guy coming back tonight, Ando, he got our man of the match. How much of a help is he?
Oh, Ando's class, isn't he? I don't know. But for me, I think Ando could slot in plenty of NRL sides at the moment. And I think, if they had injuries, he'd slot into a cow system, no problem. He's a quality player. He's just the ultimate competitor as well, and he gives you that strike power on an edge, but he also gives you that work ethic as well. He's got a great engine, and like I said, if he's fit, he plays. There's no doubt about it. He's one of our best, and he's a leader out there as well.
And Louis seems to be more comfortable every time he plays.
Yeah, he's getting really used to our system. I thought he was first class today, Robbie. I thought a lot of his touches were very good. Last week he had obviously a couple of touches that weren't good. But this week, nearly everything he did was good. What you don't see is, but you can hear it from where I'm sat, is his voice and the way he's leading the team around the field, and he's having a big impact. And hopefully, I know he is. He's having a big impact on Sean Ona as well. And I think his presence here over the next, however long it is, will be good for Shawnee as well.
And for you, Ty, what was that like? What impressed you, team-wise, out there tonight?
Structures that we train for are starting to fall into place. I think the biggest thing is that we might have panicked a couple of weeks ago with all the players that we were playing with. And the boys, Robbie's getting used to us, and we're getting used to Robbie as well. His guidance out there is outstanding, I think, and Sean is growing in confidence every week. He was sort of a bit standoffish probably 2 weeks ago. Shawnee didn't take much on board, on plate with Robbie back. Now he's doing it all. So to have them two halves in there, and we got a pretty good combination there, and 2 halves, 9 obs, he's been outstanding. Gets us really good game speed, gets us on the front foot, and sort of continues from there. So it's been pleasing overall, I think.
And what about scoring a couple of tries? It's been a while.
It has been a while, but it's credit to them big fellas in the middle. If they don't march up the field, I don't get an opportunity to get over the stripe. So I'm still learning to this day with JD and his coaching, the way that he coaches. Considering I've been in the system for a long time, it teaches me something new every day, and I take that on board. And I think probably without him here, I wouldn't be able to do them things like holding width, being patient with what I do. So it's been a big help for me.
And Ty, on the field, is it really noticeable now, I guess, compared to the first round, that the cohesion is really getting better now? Yeah,
definitely it is, mate. It's going to be even tougher again for JD to pick players again, because starting to come on, week in, week out. And like JD said, the pleasing thing is that we still got a lot of improvement in us. We won't get carried away with it. It's 3 from 3. We'll go to Innisfail next week and have a real red-hot crack at Tweed.
And speaking of that Innisfail match, looking forward to playing from your hometown?
Yeah, it should be good, mate. It's going to be a bumper of a crowd. Even if the weather is good or bad, they'll turn up in their numbers. We're doing a full sort of week down there. Team's coming down Friday as well to train, so... we'll prepare as normal as if we're on the road with no distractions. We're down there to do a job. It's not a celebration for me or the Innisfail boys. So to get 2 points and make it 4 from 4.
Jason, you mentioned Robert Louis before. He was obviously very good for you guys. Do you think he is far off from an NRL recall?
Yeah, look, I think Robbie's probably unfortunate that he's at the Cows at the moment, and I don't mean that in a bad sense towards the Cows. I mean that there's probably 3 or 4 NRL clubs that he'd slot straight into right now. Obviously there's Ray Thompson and Morgan that are in front of him, and Morgan was outstanding for them and did a good job last year, and he's probably getting a little bit of a nod ahead of him because of that. But if he keeps doing what he's doing and an opportunity comes, we know around Origin time the Cows will use their full squad, and that might be the chance. What I'm trying to say to him is just keep his head down, keep doing the things well that he does, because he's an NRL player, there's no doubt about that. And at the end of this year he's off contract, so it's important that whether he gets a start at Cowboys, he shows other NRL clubs that he's in good form and he's ready to go.
The boys coming home from an injury, obviously, they didn't look like he was too bothered by his dodgy hip. I didn't know he was that quick, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Ando probably could have pushed it to play last week, but at round 2 there was no need, and the beauty of the squad we've got at the moment is that we don't have to force people to play, and it was really tough leaving Aiden and Semi out this week, and it's going to be even tougher next week if we need to. But the beauty is the squad's pushing each other at the moment. I don't really have to drive it because the pressure from within the squad is making people play at a certain level, and while that keeps happening, I think we'll keep on improving.